You'll grow into it. The self-loving, I mean.
My name is Brandy. I am 20 years old.
My name is Lay. I'm 19 this year.
My name is Natalie Harris. I'm 18 years old.
My name is Salma Ansari. I'm 19 years old.
I'm Regina Posadas and I'm 19 years old.
I'm Kima. I'm 20 years old.
My name is Sydney Lemelin. I'm a freshman here at UMD.
My name is Lami Togan. Cute little 19 years old.
My name is Nana Brantuo and I'm 26 years old.
My name is Niera and I'm 19.
I'm Jasmine Gashti. I'm 20 years old.
My name is Obichi and I am 19.
I'm Anjali and I'm 19 years old.
My name is Macy Majid and I'm 20 years old.
In your own words, define beauty. Like, what does it mean to be beautiful?
I think it means whatever you want it to mean.
Feeling beautiful isn't just about looking a certain way. I think it's also about being aware of and accepting of all of the different parts of you.
Being comfortable in the skin you're in.
You can always convince someone you're beautiful, so long as you feel it yourself.
Adding something positive to other people's lives, I think that's beauty.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Definitely not, I don't think.
Probably not, no.
Probably not.
I would say probably not.
According to what I see on social media and everything, no, definitely not.
I do not think society sees me as someone who's beautiful.
There's clear beauty politics and there's a clear beauty hierarchy.
Of course, I'm not going to be up there considering European beauty standards, and that's what's considered the actual top tier norm.
I guess they would, in a sense, because people tend to glorify mixed women, glorify fair-skinned women.
If that question was asked to me 50 years ago, probably not, because beauty was definitely not considered for a Black woman. But then again, maybe yes, because I'm light-skinned, so I don't really know.
Growing up, it would have been a lot more different for me if I had seen people who looked like me in TV shows, or if I had read about people who were like me.
So what features do you think women need to have to be considered beautiful in our society?
Super skinny, big boobs, a nice butt, long hair.
Long hair,
Straight hair.
Nice hair.
They praise women who have lighter skin, who are on the smaller side.
They really value fair skin.
I should be taller,
tall.
You have to be tall, you have to be skinny.
You have to be skinny.
or maybe skinnier.
They really appreciate a thin body.
Smaller noses.
Skinny nose, colored eyes.
Colorful eyes.
Definitely Eurocentric features.
But versus for me, I'm a little bit more pudgy. I'm only 5'2", and I'm not white, obviously.
For a long time when I was growing up, if you did see Black women on TV, it was lighter skinned Black women. Just in the society overall, a blonde haired, blue eyed white woman will be at the top. And then at the very bottom of this hierarchy, there's someone like me who's darker skinned, who's bigger body.
Do you think that you're beautiful?
Oh, I think I'm gorgeous.
Of course.
I think I'm beautiful, girl.
Yo, I know I'm beautiful,
Do you think you're beautiful?
Not really, no.
Me, I think I'm beautiful, but if you ask someone else, they may not say the same things.
Some days, and other days, no.
Sometimes. Other times, I'm like, hey, girl, you pretty. A little crusty today.
Have you always thought that?
Yeah.
Oh no, definitely not. This is a recent year development, okay?
Step outside of your home space and you have to interact with people on a daily basis, and they're telling you that your hair texture and your nose and your skin and all these other things make you unattractive. It becomes ingrained and you start to believe it.
I feel I just started loving myself probably at the beginning of college.
I kind of had to learn to love myself the same way I'm doing right now.
It's sort of been a long process of coming to this position in which I can look at myself and be happy at what I'm looking at.
I don't think we're represented at all.
It's a positive light in one sense, but it's also glorified.
People that look like me, I think, are shown in the negative light because it's more of this is what you look like now, and then they compare it to a photo of what society thinks beauty is.
Just because we're in movies and media more doesn't mean that it's always a positive thing.
I'm from Iraq, so I think in general, especially considering my religion and whatnot, there's a very negative perspective portrayed about us.
Also been listening to this Bruce Lee podcast where he talks about being one of the only Asian Americans in Hollywood and how hard it was because they all wanted to cast him in these roles that were very stereotypical.
Now where we're trying to normalize dark skin when that's not what it should be. So there are times where I feel like they're fetishized and made to be like this exotic thing. Especially if you're bigger bodied and it's almost like we're a buffoon or like we're not smart or we're just like a comic relief sort of character.
There's not much room for us to be multifaceted beings and for us to just be ourselves without having to fit into like a certain stereotype or mold.
Dancing all my life, and one of those stereotypes, especially for ballet, is, you know, thin, skinny, you know, tall, long limbs. I don't have any of that. I have curves, short legs, you know.
And when you're standing in dance and your teacher tells you, oh, stick your butt in, like you're sticking your butt out, so push it in and put your pelvis down, and you're like, it's just my butt. It's literally just my body type. They don't understand that.
I definitely wanted paler skin, like, growing up.
When I was younger, I prayed to be light-skinned.
I have 2 siblings, and they are way lighter than I am. So that was, like, my biggest insecurity ever, because I was like, why am I so dark if I'm like this? And compared to, like, you know, my siblings.
Definitely hair has been the thing that I wish I could change about myself. That's, like, my biggest insecurity, I'd say.
Everyone around me would be like, why don't you flat iron your hair? Why are you leaving your hair out? Or why don't you just get a perm? That's gonna make your hair straighter.
I definitely felt pressure when I was younger to try to curl my hair. I would hot iron it and then I would put it in rollers and then I would put hairspray in it and then I would take everything out and it would last for like an hour. My hair just did not want to do that.
I'm Arab, so like we have very like thick dark hair, so when I was younger like I had a unibrow. People make fun of me for it. It made me very like self-conscious about myself and who I was.
Definitely my weight, like, cause like that one's most achievable per se in terms of like if you like work out and stuff and everything. But like this is just sort of my body type and I've realized that now, so like I'm good now.
I've never really seen other women with a little beer belly. To me, I felt like guys just wanted the tall, athletic, still smart type of girl, and I wasn't that.
Like, let me at least control one thing. Let me, like, control what I eat. And I high-key just stopped eating, and I lost probably, like, 30 pounds in the course of, like, how many? Like, 2 months? Now, I feel there's so much community.
I've been surrounded by some excellent, beautiful, wonderful Black women, Latina women, Asian women. Like, you know, we've always sort of, in our own spaces, affirmed ourselves. On the other hand, though, it's like, damn, I'm tired of always having to fight.
It definitely has been a challenge as far as like looking at my future and where I want to go.
One of my favorite TV shows is Grey's Anatomy, and I want to be a surgeon, but they're like all the female surgeons except like one. We're all like white or, you know, Caucasian. So it kind of makes me feel like what I want to do and what I want to be is a little bit out there, you know, and not as attainable.
I think can be tricky. If you're the only Asian person that someone knows, then you're kind of representing that marginalized group. It's like, oh, that's just because you're Asian. It's not because you're hardworking.
I think it makes me stronger being a part of a minority.
It's definitely made me want to be more expressive with my opinions on anything.
I think all this is just motivating me to want to do better in school and just like prove everyone wrong.
Representation means an equal chance for everybody to be shown and to be appreciated.
Like, being able to see a part of yourself in the people around you.
Being a voice that people can look up to.
Just having a diverse group of people so no one feels like they can't achieve that or they can't get to that position.
Representation matters. Like, I know people say that, but it really does. Like, it could, like, that can save someone's life.
The more that you just kind of continue to ignore it, the more it's just going to get pushed back. And we want society to know and understand that we're here, we're also a culture, we're a part of this.
You know, it's important to see people like you that are being represented, because if you don't see anyone who's like you, then who do you have to look up to?
I want complexity, so I want layers.
If I read about Indians or Indian Americans, I don't just expect to, you know, read the same story over and over. Like the characters that I would write about when I was younger were all like white characters because those are the only characters that I ever read about.
If you're part of the group that the representation favors you, then you don't realize how it might be affecting other groups of people.
When we talk about like representation and like wanting to put more people on screen, other people will take that as an attack, like, oh, you don't want these people on screen? But it's like, that's not it. Like, we just want to represent it the way like you would see real life.
I would be like, girl, you stressing over nothing.
Beauty doesn't come from the way other people treat you.
Love yourself. Like not everyone will.
Don't be afraid to dream big.
You can achieve anything you want to achieve.
To not be afraid to take a risk.
All the people that are on media, that are surrounding you, they ain't gonna be there. They ain't gonna be there when you die. They ain't gonna be there when you take another step. Do what makes you happy.
Like embrace what you are, embrace what you have.
You are worthy, you are of value, you are wonderful.
So just do you, you know?
Just keep going.
You'll grow into it. The self-loving, I mean. You'll find the courage to love the way in which your stomach forms hills and valleys when you're sitting down at your desk trying to write the perfect ending to your story.
I'm unique and I like it.
You'll forget where you last stored your straightener, and your curling iron will have gathered dust in the back corner of your bathroom cabinet because you will have learned the wonders of what water and coconut oil can do. You'll want to thank your mother for making you speak in her native tongue the moment your soccer cleats stepped one foot through the door.
I like that I've been immersed into a different culture.
I love my culture. I'm proud to be Nigerian.
Because the older woman from Venezuela who lives right down the street now tells you every time she sees you how much you look like her daughter back home.
Your mom is from Venezuela, my dad is from Iran. Like, it's so cool that you can have those two combinations and people look up to you because of that.
When you're a woman of color, like you experience things and you like experience different parts of cultures and things that like people don't normally get to experience.
You'll learn to love how your brown eyes shape the way in which you view the world and how they keep your secrets safe while reflecting light in the darkest of situations.
Being a part of this group of strong women just makes me feel like a stronger person.
Man, I just can't describe it. Just like the fact that you see another girl and you're just like, yes girl, pop off.
But I will not lie to you. Some days the self-loving will be hard. Some days you'll wake up, look in the mirror, then look at the cover of Vogue magazine on top of your dresser, and then look back at yourself and mentally make a checklist of all the things you wish you could change about yourself. On those days, remember that you are not growing into it alone, and that there's a community of women of color who are growing into themselves.
No one has been through what my people have been through and have made it out alive and well. And we still making it, what?
The way we do and still come out and just be beautiful beings overall. I just think we're lit. Like,
some days you'll turn on the television and you won't see yourself. You may begin to question if your story is worth telling. On those days, create something. Anything.
I don't think there's really any physical boundary that can stop us from going to where we want to be.
Just remember that your story, like your creation, is always worth sharing.
I'm one. Like, I'm a melting pot in one. It's just so beautiful that you can just connect with other people and just say, I have connections to you too. We have a similarity.
I like being different.
I love knowing that I'm different.
I love being different.
I'm different.
Like it's something so different. Like
I do think we are magic.
Some days you may forget how beautiful you are. On those days, remind yourself that you are still growing into it. The self-loving, I mean.
all of the
Yeah, Randy, you want to join her?